Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube.
All right. Hi, everybody. This is Tony Tone. Welcome to the first ever Hy-Vee Today inside Muscatine Hy-Vee. It's really exciting to be with you a day after the big game on a Monday when we're anticipating some snow. I think a lot of people take today off. I think that's something that happens. We're here, though, and we're working. If you watched the big game last night, wow, what a finish that was. Philadelphia won over New England. I can't even believe I'm saying that. Millions of people tuned in, and we hope that millions of people are going to be tuned in to Hy-Vee today. We're going to do this Monday through Friday at 8:30, and we're going to do it from right here inside the store. So what's exciting for me is being able to host this show as part of my job. So my job here at Hy-Vee is marketing merchandising director, and that means that anything that you've seen on social media, including the show and the various different posts that we've been doing, that's part of it. Taking on some other responsibilities, and I'm excited to be here. So for the first guest, I wanted to talk about something that happened this past Friday, and that was the cake auction at Muscatine High School. And I'm so happy to have Dr. Jared Smith, the principal of Muscatine High School, and Dr. Jerry Hy-Vee, superintendent for Muscatine Community Schools, with me. Gentlemen, thank you for coming.
Thank you very much. I always thought of you as the voice of Muscatine, and
sure.
Now with this TV thing, I guess you're the face of Muscatine. So,
I don't know
congratulations!
Thank you. I don't know if this face is ready, but I appreciate you guys coming in. You know, it's an interesting time for both of you because we have the snow that's in the forecast, and we were just talking off the air, and we don't know if it's going to be 1 to 3 inches of snow or 6 to 8 inches of snow. But ultimately, Dr. Hy-Vee, it sort of comes to your desk to decide what's going to happen when the weather breaks, right?
It does, and there's always a lot of things that go into that. We want to make sure we get kids safely home, and we want to make sure our buses have an opportunity to be on the roads at a time when they don't have to worry about a lot of snow or ice or anything. We also know that it's a great inconvenience to parents when we need to do a change of the regular school schedule. So we'll watch it carefully. We'll try and make the best decision, knowing that we will not make everyone happy.
I tell you what, it's a tough call for sure. I'm glad it's not my decision. And for the record, it's not my decision, right? It is not me. Hy-Vee Today will not ever decide if school either starts late or lets out early. And ultimately, you know, as a parent with a child in kindergarten at McKinley, you know, school, snow days, whatever, people, they get excited, kids get excited, but it just sort of extends the school year. Is that correct? Is that how it works?
Yeah, to a degree. For early outs or late starts, it's not an issue. But if we miss days, we want to try and make those up. And we're going to knock on wood and hope that that's not the case, and that Mother Nature will be kind to us.
Dr. Smith, Friday night cake auction, Muscatine High School. So, you know, it's already been an exciting school year with everything that's happening. This cake auction, though, is something that the Booster Club does such a wonderful job. Do you have any idea, numbers-wise, how it came in?
Yeah, I checked with our athletic director, Mr. Morgan, last night, just to double check with him, and the final numbers came in at $27,000. Wow. That were raised on Friday night between the live auction and the silent auction items. So $27,000 in one night is pretty impressive for any booster club.
I want to also let the record state that I only had one small piece of cake. So, but it was it's such an amazing thing to experience, and I wonder for both of you the first time, because the cake auction's been going on, you know, longer than I've been in Muscatine, and certainly both of you. So it's one of those things. The first time you experience, for you, Dr. Smith, was, did you think like, okay, I know what this is, but your first year, a couple years ago when you saw it, what did you think?
Well, I'd heard when I came down that, hey, there's this night, it's a doubleheader, we usually play, you know, one of our biggest rivals, in this case it was Ventnor. I'd heard about it, but I never quite experienced a night quite where so much community is involved. The last 2 years, the stands have been packed.
Sure.
We had 2,700 fans through the gate Friday night, which, I mean, that's pretty good. It was packed there. But, yeah, it's something you just have to see with your own eyes, I feel like. And I know the word is spreading. I know there's other
Sure.
schools that have seen, hey, they've heard, hey, here's what Muscatine High School does. It's such a brilliant idea in terms of cakes are, they're not easy to do, but something that, we had a number of different groups in our building, the chemistry club, the band, the track team. They all put together cakes, so it's something that you've got the huge cakes that are all everybody sees between games. But then you've also got different student groups that put together cakes, the day of or a couple days before. So it's really a cool thing that everybody can be involved with. But no, it's something I haven't seen before, and it's blown me away the last couple of years.
And it's so important for the community and for everybody watching to understand that when it comes to that amount of money, $27,000, which is incredible, those funds are so important, vital for the booster program. The booster program is taking care of not only athletics, but also, when the kids are going on trips. I mean, talk about that for a second, the different things that they're able to help with, because there's more than, a lot of the times athletics will get the spotlight. And that's not the case for Muscatine High School because you have such a wide variety of things going on. So just the ability for the Booster Club to help out in different capacities.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. We have, in our high school, we have over 100 different activities clubs. When you add up all the sports, this one does focus more on the athletic side of things. But certainly, our the money that comes in that's raised, we're always looking to any event, anything those students need help, a little bit extra funding for whether it's resource, any type of uniforms, resources they need, whatever it might be. I mean, $27,000, $30,000, whatever it is, really it goes a long ways. A little bit for this club, this organization, this sport. It really does help that organization to be successful. And we've experienced a lot of success with a number of, swimming did awesome this weekend. Our speech and debate is a top 10 team in the state. Our marching band has really done a nice job with their different contests in the fall. So everywhere you look, we've got really strong things going on with both athletics and activities. So any little bit that comes in through these types of events really helps all those organizations. 2,700
people Friday night at Muscatine High School. In addition to that, across town, there's a big, was it Annie? Were they doing Annie at Central?
Yeah. So Annie Jr.
Yeah, so Dr. Reeby, what do you do? I mean, besides cloning yourself so you can be everywhere.
Well, the good news is the musical is also done Saturday night. So my wife and I were able to attend Saturday night and had a great time. So, and it speaks so well the community. Both events were well attended. And it really is a great opportunity for our students to showcase what they do and their commitment to our school. And that's one of the things, and I couldn't agree more with Dr. Smith when you look at what the cake auction does, is really shows so much community pride. It's not just a cake I might come up with. But these are some amazing cakes from corporations to groups to individuals, and people are coming up to support those, and it really shows how people feel about this community.
Yeah, it's an incredible place to live, and I feel like for people that have lived in Muscatine their whole life, it's kind of like they know, but not in a way where they're like, yeah, we know. But when you're a transplant, I've been here 5 years, it just nothing surprises me anymore when it comes to generosity and businesses supporting our kids, and just the fact that we have the facilities that we do in a community this size. It can't be said enough, in my opinion. We're very fortunate to have a community that is all in, right? Because we would be able to tell, and that's how I felt when I got to town. Like, if you don't jump in with both feet in a community like Muscatine, they're gonna know. So you got to invest and be involved. And both of you are involved outside of your day-to-day jobs.
And it's interesting to talk about. We're all somewhat newcomers.
Sure.
A parent was visiting with me Friday night at the basketball game and said, we have lived in large cities, small cities. They're involved in a local corporation. And they said, we just are so excited to be here, and we're very appreciative of the staff at the high school for the help that they've given them. And, and I do think sometimes that when we have visitors from out of town, they are just so excited to come and see the different things that we have going on in Muscatine. And, if you're here and it's always been the way it is, sometimes you don't appreciate what a great place is to be.
You step out of town and you think, wow, we have all that going on. Dr. Smith, you have stuff coming up. I know there's a couple things you want to mention, but I just want to say that I was excited to see that prom is going to happen at the Merrill Hotel. Yeah. So talk about that. I mean, that had to be a recent development, right?
In the last couple months, we kind of made sure that our bosses there, the district officer, are aware that we're going to have it down there. But to us, it was, not only has this been talked about for years now, this hotel, the location, right on the river there.
Yeah.
And I haven't been in there yet, but I've heard just how amazing it looks in there. I mean, it really feels like we want to give the kids an experience they won't forget.
Absolutely.
And your junior, senior prom, to go and just be the first group that gets to experience the convention center, whatever you want to call it there, is something that we talked about, and we said, hey, we got to give this a shot. We got to let our kids experience this. So it's going to be a really cool, something that our kids are really looking forward to. There's already a lot of talk, a lot of excitement about it.
It's going to be such a great amenity to the town for sure, the Merrill Hotel and Conference Center. And then CAPE, of course, will happen at MHS then?
Still the CAPE that's always been the one, and talk about community support. There's another example of where the community really comes together and puts together one of the coolest opportunities for our students post-prom, and that's open for all of our students. You don't have to just go to prom. You can still go to CAPE, which is the it's the after prom.
Sure. Do you still need volunteers? Because I know, and with this community, we probably don't need any more volunteers. But is it a thing where you need volunteers if anybody is watching that maybe want to get involved? Or
I always say you don't turn away volunteers. Right. So if there's somebody out there that says, hey, I want to help out with this, it is like a midnight to 4 a.m. type thing. But if there's somebody that wants to help out, absolutely contact the school. If you contact the school, we'll get you in contact with the organizers of absolutely.
Anything else coming up? I mean, of course, there's always things going on at the high school, but anything that you want to talk about while you're here?
One of the biggest things I did want to talk about is we have a business career fair next Friday at the high school. Last month we had an agriculture/business event out at Calvary Church, which we had a keynote speaker, and then we had a bunch of different local businesses and colleges that had booths set up where students could go around and really learn, ask questions about the different businesses that were ag-related in the Muscatine area. So we had, I want to say, 20 to 25 businesses that were there, and another 5 or 6 colleges that were there. So kids came away saying, wow, I learned, a lot of the questions I had. I didn't know what this type of job was. What do I do if I work at Monsanto? What are the different jobs I can work in? So that was a really cool event. So that was so much success, and we kind of quickly put together a business career fair that really mirrors what we had last month. It's going to be at the high school. And so we've got about 20 businesses that will be, again, setting up booths for our students to kind of like a career fair, a job fair might look, where you go around, you talk, you exchange information, you ask questions. And then we're going to have a keynote speaker, and we haven't quite released who that's going to be yet. We're going to have a keynote speaker that's a local business person that's going to give some advice and just teach our kids about, hey, I was in your shoes once. I'm here. Here's the steps I took. You can be anything you want to be. And so really just that business field, introducing our students, what are all the local opportunities they have in terms of business careers down the road is the purpose of this. So that's next Friday. So we asked for volunteers. If there are any businesses out there, I know we're looking to add maybe a couple more booths. We do have some phone calls out, but if they'd like to just come set up, talk to our students, we're going to have some middle schoolers there as well. Even some fifth grade students are going to pop up. So we'd love for anybody who wants to come and talk about their business, talk about the basket, we'd love to have you. It's 9:30 to noon in our commons and in our gym.
I took part in a couple years ago. I think we did some interviews. I can't remember if it was a mock interview thing, but I was so impressed with the students, and it's so fascinating to me because I don't feel like I was in high school that long ago. I'm 34. So when I say that out loud and I look at my own kids, I think, wow, and I look at my gray hair, but it really just seems like the other day, and I want to speak to how great of a job your building does at preparing students. And that's so important, Dr. Hy-Vee. I know that it's really starting earlier on in the education process, right? I mean,
it is, and the high school has been doing a great job of improving the opportunities for kids. If they're going to go to a 2-year school, go to a 4-year school, or go right to the workplace, with the work the high school has been doing with MCC, with the academies, really gives a great opportunity for our students, because it's really important that we prepare kids that they are going to be able to meet the needs of our industries in town, because we want them to be here and we want them to stay. And it's important that we're able to, they can come here and have a career. That they may start in one place, but if they have the skills, they can continue to move up. And so I just really applaud the work the high school has done, and in particular working with MCC, because they are a great partner. I'm sure Jared would concur that they are a great asset to our community as well.
It's such an exciting time for sure. And again, my oldest is in kindergarten, so we're experiencing a lot of firsts, and we've had great success with going to McKinley, and then last year Henry, my oldest, had to go to Grant and then back to McKinley. And I just, the sense that I get as a parent, it feels really good. I have no intention on leaving town. As long as they'll have me here at Hy-Vee, I'll stick around, right? I don't want to leave town. I've had the opportunity to consider going out of town over the years, but it's just Muscatine's home for sure. So much so that my mom moved here from Chicago, so now I can't go. Right? I can't move my mom out and then split. That's not good. All right, listen. There's a lot of ways that you can stay connected. And this man right here, Dr. Jared Smith, you talk about, and the last thing I want to touch on is, social. We're streaming this right now on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter, and you're active on social media. I know that it's important. I don't want to say that you have to embrace it, but everybody is connected. And in your building at Muscatine High School, smartphones can be a good thing or a bad thing. So just talk about that for a second, as far as in your position, the ways that social media can be and has been positive at Muscatine High School.
Yeah. We've really pushed, there's, in my mind, there's really 4 main social media outlets that at least our kids and our parents use. Facebook is really for the parents more and more.
Right.
Instagram, who's kind of a Facebook shoot-off, is that students are gravitating there.
Yep.
Snapchat has really taken over these last few years. And then Twitter. So we've really said, hey, we need to use these for modes of communication with our students and parents. So we've got an in-house person. Jen Keltner is kind of our in-house communications director.
Awesome.
She's our school librarian, but she also does that for us. But she really, it's so important that high schools get out the good news.
Sure.
Sometimes when you see newspapers, a lot of times it's just test scores, or it's just whatever it might be. Something, it could be positive, it could be not so positive. We're saying, let's take matters into our own hands. Let's spread all the good things. We talked about the activities, the sports, the cake auction.
Right.
So we said, let's make sure we brand our high school. Let's make sure that people know all the good things that are going on. So we're constantly pumping out that positive information through those 4 areas.
Sure.
And what's best, I really think, is the kids enjoy when they see themselves, like, wow, they covered the bowling team. Oh my gosh, like, we got a really good bowling team. You might not know that. We're undefeated. Our girls, undefeated.
They're really good.
It's right up our alley.
I don't know the last time I bowled, but I know that they're really good. And you're right. So and I've seen some little video vignettes on your Twitter from basketball games and bowling and speech and debate, and you're right. I think the kids do appreciate that. As much as we're seeing ourselves, whether it be a selfie or whatever, it is kind of refreshing to see someone like yourself, principal, that understands. You're not trying to say like, listen, we're going to ignore that social media is a thing. You embrace it, and you're right. Using it to promote the good it's a great way to use it.
Yeah, we've got just our numbers in those areas have gone up dramatically. Pretty much about 1,000 people consistently that check out those different areas, and that's different each one is kind of a different category of individual who's checking out those places. So again, it's something in today's high schools. I feel like if you want to engage your students, engage your parents, it's another way of making sure you communicate with them really on those positive aspects.
And on Twitter, you are at Jared Smith, PhD. Is that correct?
I believe that's correct.
Right.
Yeah.
When was the last time you had somebody read your Twitter?
That is correct.
Right?
Yes.
Muscatine Community School District, Muscatine High School, Facebook, Twitter. Check it out. I'm so thankful that you guys came on. I know that you have big jobs to do, running a high school, running the district, but you've always been good allies of mine personally. And what we're going to try and do here is promote the good, like you said, to echo that. To put the community first. And then talk about the things that happen in these four walls. Because I look at this place as it's almost like a mall. There's so many different things that go on that people might not be aware of. And the same thing in the jobs that you're doing. I mean, we need to highlight everything, and that's what we're going to try and do. So thank you guys so much for joining us.
Thank you, and good luck.
Yeah.
We appreciate being on the maiden voyage, and we really appreciate all that Hy-Vee does as a partner. Another great example of just another one of those business partnerships we have. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Jerry Hy-Vee, Superintendent, Muscatine Community School District, Dr. Jared Smith, Principal, Muscatine High School. This is day one, and we're live on Facebook and YouTube, and we're going to do this Monday through Friday starting at 8:30. It's pretty cool to see this come together. We've been talking about it for a while. So we're going to bring in Jim Simmons in just a few moments. And if you're watching this live stream, what I want you to do is comment that you're checking it out and let us know that you're there, because we're going to give away a $25 Hy-Vee gift card just for watching the stream live. So leave a comment, say hi. You can talk about the weather that's coming up, whatever you want to do. And we'll give that away in just a few minutes. So thank you guys again. I'll let you get to work, I guess, unless you want to hang out.
I think I'm going to go out and check the weather, actually.
Perfect. So. All right. So we're going to bring in Jim Simmons, store director here at Hy-Vee, and we're going to talk to him. So if you're watching this again, leave us a comment. I can see comments on my phone. Of course, I'm connected like all of us are. So Jim Simmons is going to slide in. We're going to talk to him in just a second. And this is Hy-Vee today, day one, ladies and gentlemen, with snow in the forecast. It's going to be a day where you probably need to come here and get some, salt, if you will. Guys, thank you.
Thanks, Tony. Appreciate it.
Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you.
I'll be back soon. All right, so we're going to get Jim Simmons situated. Yeah, you're taking a live look inside the store, which is pretty cool. We're going to be able to show you things that are happening here, kind of a bird's eye view, if you will. We have a camera set up that, I'm 6'5" almost. I have a pretty good perspective, but that camera that we got rigged up is pretty cool. Jim Simmons, store director at Muscatine Hy-Vee. This is it, man.
I know.
Can you believe it? Oh my gosh. I feel like, I don't know. We look at here, like, this is so weird for me having to look at cameras, and but it's really important for people to know that we're doing this show as a good way to serve the community first and foremost.
Yes.
And that's really what you've been all about. How many years, Jim, have you been in Muscatine now?
I just finished 4. I'm starting my 5th year. Yep. It doesn't seem like it. It seems like I just got here.
Yeah.
But it's great. That's I love Muscatine. The reason I came here is so we could be in a small town, a smaller town, to move from Omaha. I just wanted to be involved. I wanted to be able to know. I know Jerry, and that's important to me, to know people.
Sure.
I'm about relationships. I'm about doing business with people I love, and it's so much better to be able to be involved in the community, and then just see the customers coming in and know them by name, and it's just, I love it. Absolutely love it.
So I wanted to tell you this. I experienced the new look of the Muscatine Community YMCA on Saturday. So my wife and I decided we would take the boys swimming. We got the membership, and I'm ashamed to admit, Brett Olson, don't hold it against me, but I walked into the Y with the remodel, and it's unbelievable how nice it is. I mean, I really can't say enough about it. We swam, and then my kids got to play in the kids' adventure room, and Hy-Vee was part of that between this store and Matt Schweitzer downtown at Hy-Vee Main Street. That room is incredible.
Yeah, it is super cool.
Yeah.
Of course, all said and done, it'll be the Hy-Vee Kids Room.
Yeah.
That's one thing we really wanted to be as part of, was the Kids Center. And we donated a little bit of money to make that happen, but we're glad we could. We're glad we're a part of that. remodel, really.
Yeah.
And I'm looking really forward to go seeing it. I haven't really got to see it yet. I really wanted to get the full effect, so I was kind of waiting for him to get it all done, you know, and then come out and take the grand tour. I just talked to Brett here the other day, and he's just super excited about it. He just couldn't say enough good things, and I'm not going to steal any of his thunder because I know he's coming Wednesday.
Yeah, he'll be here.
So maybe that's enough said there, so the poor guy can tell his own thing, right?
So it's so funny because, you know, it's not funny, but you have such a good connection with so many people, and you can do that when you care about the place that you live, and whether, no matter what job you have or what role you have, there's so many ways for people to get involved. You mentioned how you know Dr. Jerry Reeby and Brett Olson at the Y, and then folks that'll be here tomorrow like Charlotte Schaefer with MCSA.
Yes.
This past summer, we were selling fireworks in the parking lot here at Hy-Vee, and I just want folks to remember that we have the ability to do so many great things in this community, and as a Hy-Vee store director, you can say, I'm going to sell fireworks in my parking lot, and I'm going to let, you know, a portion of the proceeds, a lot of the proceeds, go to a place like MCSA.
Yeah, that was a cool event. I know there was a lot of publicity on it, but a lot of people don't know why we did it, or that we didn't have to do it.
Sure.
You know, we had the opportunity to have it manned by an organization, and they take the profits and the profits of manning it. There's a percentage that was given back of sales, and that's how that was done. And we could have done that ourselves, but we decided, you know what? The first thing that hit me was MCSA, because I love Charlotte. I love what we do there. I am on that board, and it's one of the best boards I sat on, if not the best board. I mean, it's just amazing what they get done there.
Absolutely.
Amazing.
Absolutely.
And I thought, wow, I know we need money there.
Yeah.
Right? And we set it up. She came out, and I met with her, and they made it happen. I mean, yeah, we helped, but they did it. They did the brunt of the work, and in return, they got $15,000, which was huge. I thought that was fantastic. It was just a great deal, and that's what we're looking for. I'm looking for ways to help people. You know, I have enough things going on inside the store, so if there's anything I can do to help, or my team can help, I mean, because we do. I mean, the cake auction the other night, we went out and served cake and ice cream.
I was going to say, how
so
much cake did you cut? We went through so much ice cream and cake. It was.
I don't know how many pieces we cut. I don't know how many.
A couple thousand, probably. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And so many. And by the way, so many of the cakes were made just behind us in the bakery, and that was so great to see. You know, I had known that you were making some of the cakes, but man, we did a little sneak peek video, and I don't want to give it away, but wow, did it look cool seeing that the team here was able to turn out as many cakes as they did, the quality that they did, because those cakes turned into what was $27,000.
Yeah.
That's what was raised. $27,000 on cake and ice cream. God bless America.
Right?
So, but that, you know, talk about that. This doesn't happen at every Hy-Vee within the company where your bakery. Now the bakeries will be busy, granted, but turning out product like that.
Yeah, but the thing of it is, I've never seen that happen in another community like that.
Sure.
I mean, seriously, a cake auction raising that much money. I'd never even heard of a cake auction until 4 years ago.
Right.
And I'm like, what? What is that? And next thing I know, and the first one I went to, I'll never forget it, because I'm sitting there and I'm gonna buy a cake, right?
Yeah.
I bought one, you know, and it was just a few $100s. I thought, well, you know, that's pretty good. And then I sat there and watched the game, and then they get into the boys' game. Next thing I know, they're up there, and I heard $20,000. Do I hear 21? And I was like, wow, I didn't know I was such a small fish.
Right. It's fun to watch, isn't
so
it?
Cool.
You watch some of the banks compete. It's all friendly because it's all for the booster club, right?
It is.
So, and my philosophy has always been whatever it takes to get people to get involved.
Yes.
You know, banks going at each other over cakes, whatever, you know, because ultimately the booster club wins, the kids win. They're able to go places. They're able to look sharp when they go to these places. So, yeah, it's so
just a cool deal. It really is. And if you went to the cake auction the other night, just once you get past the cake auction, what a great game. I mean, went to a game, and you know what I thought was super cool is, as I'm watching the game, I'm watching Dr. Smith, right?
Right.
And he's taking his camera and he's videotaping the kids.
Yeah.
I thought, oh my gosh, we got somebody involved.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that goes so far when you got your principal actually taking video and gonna post that. I know I had to post it on Facebook, I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
And all of his other medias, you know, and I thought that was super special. And it was just a great night.
Because, you know, I think about, and I had great educators and principals, but Were they as involved as what you see in this town? I don't know. I don't know if they were. So when you see a Jared Smith sitting here, and you see him out, and you see him at a game or at a play or at a musical, you know, these are people that have families, they have jobs. You want to talk about putting in the extra step. Wow. I don't know how Dr. Hy-Vee and Dr. Smith and Mike Morgan and all these other folks get to the amount of places they're able to get to.
Yeah, and the boards they serve on.
Right.
Dr. Hy-Vee, I serve on a couple with him, and I mean, it's just funny how it works. But they're busy, but I think that's the way they like it. They love being involved. I can obviously see that in Dr. Smith. Oh my goodness, he just glowed when he was doing it. He was just having a blast, and it was just neat to see.
It's so cool. So here's how Muscatine, Iowa is, right? If you're maybe watching from outside of Muscatine, big cake auction on Friday raised $27,000. Joe Wieskamp is a senior at Muscatine High School. He's really good at basketball.
Yeah.
He scored 54 points. He scored more points than Bettendorf's team did. Which is incredible. Joe's going to Iowa next year, and Iowa head basketball coach Fran McCaffrey was at the game, which is great. Took pictures with kids. Joe's in the store yesterday, just buying some stuff with Jackson Folk and another classmate because they had to film themselves speaking in Spanish, so they had to put together a dish.
Oh.
And this is what I love about just how this is like a small town feel, right?
Oh, it is.
You know, Joe has a great head on his shoulders, comes from a great family. He's dealt with all of this very well, and they're just out here on a Sunday. The store was busy because it's a big game, and they're just getting some supplies. Said, hey guys, good luck with the project. Offered to help them if they needed it, but you know, I don't think I could pose as a high school student anymore. Seeing some of the gray hairs come in.
Well, at least you still have all your hair, dude. You're way ahead of me. I'm struggling.
This is definitely a good place to live and work for sure, and that's what we're going to do with Hy-Vee today. I wonder, as we wrap up a little bit, is it possible for you as a store director, you've been to different places, is there a best part of your job? Whether it's something that happens in these four walls or outside, or how would you answer that question?
Just the best part of my job is being around my customers. I love it. Everybody gives me a lot of grief whenever I'm up front stacking groceries, but that's my favorite place to be.
It's the best.
I wish I could be there all day.
Sure.
You know, because that is so much fun because you're just interacting with everybody, and I love that part.
Sure.
The other part, I just love being involved, like we talked. I mean, that's why I moved here, so we could be, because I missed that when I was in a small town before, then I went to a couple bigger cities, and it just wasn't the same feel.
Sure.
And I love this feel. This is what I'm about, and that's where Hy-Vee today come out. You know, me and you talked about this, and my whole thing was, I want it to be about Hy-Vee, but more importantly, I wanted to be about people wanting to come here and talk to us.
Absolutely.
And we talk about all the nonprofits and the different things that we can help. And I just want them to get their message through this. I want people to be able to turn this on every morning, get on your, stream it live, however we do this. You don't get on TV, you know, you get on the stream, you start streaming this thing.
You gotta hold the antenna up like this and then
spin
put
it
a little
around.
tinfoil. By the way, we have tinfoil. I don't know what aisle it is, but it's here. I should know what aisle tinfoil is.
The beautiful part is you don't need tinfoil, folks. You don't need it. You just stream it live.
Right.
But the whole part of it was to make it fun, make it interesting, not make it about, we're selling it at this price today, because that's not what this is about. This is about us being able to tell people about what's going on in school.
Yeah.
What's going on in CSA, what's going on with the YMCA, and so on and so forth. And I just think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be really good for some of these folks that don't get to really tell their story to tell their story.
Yeah.
Because MCSA has a great story to tell.
They were out, you know, talk about stuff MCSA does. They went out last week in the wee hours of the evening into the early morning hours looking for homeless folks to help bring them to a warm place. And Dr. Hy-Vee's wife, I think Dr. Hy-Vee and his wife went out. And the good news was they didn't find anybody.
Right.
They found some places where people would have been set up, but then those folks sought shelter. So yes, the MCSA, the MCSA Domestic Violence Shelter, organizations like that are worthy of 10, 20, 30 minutes because they do so much. MCSA, I believe, is at capacity. Charlotte Schaefer will be here tomorrow, so she'll speak to that. But that's a place that when they put out things that either they need or that the domestic violence shelter needs, I implore you, if you're watching this, if you see that on Facebook and they need paper towels, or if, you know, it seems like it's little things, but I can tell you it makes a huge difference.
So isn't it that way with everything though?
Yeah.
It's the little things that matter. And I mean, if you're one of their clients, I mean, toothpaste is is a luxury.
Sure.
I mean, think
Yeah.
about that for a minute.
Yep.
You know, having a pillow.
Yeah.
I mean, these folks don't have that, and we can talk about MCSA all day long. We could talk about. I'm excited to have the hospital out here.
Yeah.
And tell us what's going on with the hospital. You know, and there's just so many different options, and this is going to be a great format for that.
Yeah.
I think
It's-
with you and with Hy-Vee and all the great guests that we can bring in here. I think it's going to be fantastic. I'm super excited about it.
It's weird to sit here. Well, first of all, it's like I said, it's weird to pay attention to cameras because I'm used to having spent 11 years sort of hiding behind a microphone.
Yeah,
and
but you're not hiding behind that.
That's
microphone,
right.
buddy. Let me tell you.
I was gonna say maybe I need a wider microphone.
It's funny because I forgot the cameras are out here, and I
Yeah.
see Chad over there waving his arms like this and pointing over there, and I'm like, what's that mean?
Yeah, right. Well, we're both learning, right?
I'm a radio guy.
Yeah,
you know?
this is going to be fun though, and I encourage folks to tune in. It's going to be again Monday through Friday, from 8:30 till whenever we get done. You know, theoretically we're looking at like a 9:15, 9:30, but I also don't want to feel rushed in these conversations.
Right.
You know, when you have a Dr. Smith from Muscatine High School and a Dr. Reeby, superintendent from Muscatine Community School District, I like not having to feel that I have to wrap up after just a few moments. And that's what's going to be nice, the ability to have some long-form conversations, because there's so many people doing good things. And again, if you're joining us on the live stream, the maiden voyage, I didn't break a bottle of champagne or anything, by the way.
Thank you.
Okay, good.
I do so much appreciate that.
Got clean up in back aisle 2. We're going to do a lot of fun things. You know, like I said, tomorrow Charlotte Schaefer with MCSA will be here. We'll talk to her. They have a lot going on.
Yeah.
The Domestic Violence Shelter has their big New Beginnings fundraiser coming up. Brett Olson later in the week. We're going to have folks from the Muscatine Police Department, Fire Department, Muscatine County Sheriff's Office, United Way. I've reached out to Nicole Sorgenfrey, Iowa State Extension. And I'll tell you this, if you're watching and you're connected to a group or an organization that's doing good, not only in Muscatine, Wilton, Durant,
Surrounding area.
Buffalo,
Absolutely.
Letts, we know that you're out there. Reach out to us, okay? We have Hy-Vee today at gmail.com. Chad, that's what we set up, right? Yeah, Hy-Vee today, gmail.com. You can send us messages on the Facebook page. Reach out to us. We're on Instagram. And we want to know, we want to be able to tell the stories that are going on in the surrounding communities. And then we're going to introduce you to all the folks that work here. Because these are folks that work at Hy-Vee, that live in the community, that are involved. Your staff, the team here, our team.
That's right.
They're so
Get it right, Tony.
They're so involved in a variety of ways.
Yeah.
We haven't even scratched the surface, and we're going to really introduce all the folks that are here, and I'm excited to do that.
I think there's a lot of great people here that work here, and I do want them in front of the camera so they know who they are.
Yeah.
So our viewers know and our customers know, and I think there's so many of them that know that anyway.
Sure.
And I just want to highlight them.
Yeah.
You know, I want them to be able to sit here. Excuse me,
Sure.
we're not standing, but sit here and tell them what they do.
Yeah.
You know, show some of the stuff that we do. I think, you know, Tess being over here is going to be great. I think you got Mike Church tomorrow. I mean,
That's the plan,
is
yeah,
that
for the
the
meat
plan?
department,
So
yeah.
I think Mike's got so many things going on. He's so knowledgeable about meat department.
Yeah.
I mean, what a great conversation that should be. And just, I'm not talking just department heads. I want everybody to know, everybody who works here,
Yeah.
whether it's a part-time kid on the front end. You know, tell us your story. You know,
We have so many, you talk about high school
Oh.
and college students that go to school and then they show up here to work, and they're learning so much, and
Yes.
they have so much enthusiasm when they help people out. You know, we know that when the weather gets a little hairy, we get a little busy, and you know, we'll go out to your car. You can pull up, and these young folks. I can't believe I'm saying that. These young folks. All right.
whopping 34.
Right.
Pretty
But
hard to say that, isn't it?
They really care.
Oh, they do care. I want to. One of the fun ones will be is when you have one of the college kids come back.
Yeah.
And have them talk to you.
Yeah, sure.
Because when they were here as high school kids, it was just, yeah, I had to be here, you know, mom, dad, whatever it might have been. And then all of a sudden they go to college and then they're emailing us, hey, I need some hours. It's like, oh, now all of a sudden they realize what money's all about.
That's right.
And what makes the world go round. So it's a big deal for them, you know, and they come back and it's amazing to see them grow.
Sure.
From high school to college.
Yeah.
Because when they come back as a college student, it's impressive. It's like, wow, they grew up a ton. They're working harder.
They're doing their own laundry.
And our high school kids work hard anyway, but it's just that growing up part.
Oh, yeah.
It's just that maturity, and it's just fun to watch.
It's so great to see, and I've almost got 2 months on the job. I don't want to brag. So, and I love the spirit of everybody helps out in these four walls, from bagging groceries to taking stuff out to folks' cars to sweeping up if something gets bumped into or spilled.
Yeah.
Nobody is opposed to do anything.
Yeah, nobody's above any job.
Yeah.
If it's cleaning the toilets, we clean the toilets.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is. It has to be that way. If I'm not doing it, they're not going to do it. So we all have to do it.
And I'll tell you what, this guy is an unbelievable bagger. He's got this technique, and I'm still learning. So if you're watching this and you're thinking, hey, that large man bagged for me the other day and he was okay. Well, I'm going to get better.
He's going to get better.
That's right.
I got 30 years on him, so he's going to be 5.
Yeah.
Actually,
that'll be really
the years
good.
I have on you before he's as good as bagger.
That's right. I'm going to have this behind the back technique.
Oh,
you're not
boy.
even going to see it. All right, listen.
I can see this already. There'll be customers getting hurt because you're throwing cans, and I can't have that. I can't have it.
No, I'll tell you what. It's a day-by-day thing, and I've learned so much here, and it's a real treat. So listen, we're going to do this again tomorrow, and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday. That's the plan. Hy-Vee today. With yours truly, Tony Tone, Monday through Friday, starting at 8:30, featuring folks from the community first and foremost. We'll introduce you to some friends that are doing good work here at Hy-Vee, and we're going to connect to you in a new way. If you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube or Periscope, thank you for checking it out. You can also stream this via Boxcast on Apple TV and Roku. If you download the Boxcast app and type in Hy-Vee today, I feel like I'm from the future talking about this. And I'll just say this really quick, technology keeps evolving and different trends, but what is constant is that we're all connected in 2018, and we want to know what's going on. I saw a friend of mine this weekend that I felt like I see all the time, and he said, it's been 6 years since we'd seen each other. And I thought, well, that's wild because I see your stuff on Facebook and Instagram, but that's okay, right? I think of my family that's outside, this Muscatine area and Chicago area, and they're able to watch my kids and the different things that we're doing. But we're going to bring people into this store. We're going to talk to them and make sure that you know what's going on in and around the Muscatine community. So my thanks again to Dr. Jerry Reby, Superintendent, Muscatine Community School District, Dr. Jared Smith with Muscatine High School, Jim Simmons from Hy-Vee. Tomorrow, again, Charla Schaefer with MCSA. She'll be here, and I believe Brett Olson from the Muscatine Community Y will be here on Wednesday. And this is what's so great about it. People are working behind us, right? This isn't a set per se. We're in the middle of a grocery store on a Monday, and people are in here. Right, wait till Friday, yeah. We'll see what happens.
It'll be buzzing here Friday, so there we go.
A little bit busier. Listen, thank you for watching. I appreciate it so much. The first episode of Hy-Vee today. We will. I'll look for your comments. If you're on Facebook, leave a comment, and we'll give one person a $25 Hy-Vee gift card. That's pretty cool. And we're gonna have some fun doing this for sure. Thank you, sir.
Hey, thank you.
Appreciate everybody watching. Listen, have a great rest of your day. Snow is coming. I don't know exactly how much, but it's Iowa and it's February, and we'll get through it. Take care, everybody. For now, bye-bye.
Thanks for watching Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We'll do it again tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community. Questions, comments, know a great guest? Reach out to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email, hyveetoday@gmail.com.